God of Fury by Rina Kent. Oh boy. I don't usually do negative reviews because I feel like they are a waste of my time and energy. But I endured this book and I feel like it's my duty to do a public service and warn people. So go grab your popcorn, grab your snacks because I'm doing a dive into God of Fury by Rina Kent. So what it's about? First of all, this is a spicy mafia romance. It follows Nikolai Sokolov, who is this mafia heir, a ruthless playboy who suddenly becomes obsessed with Brandon, who is this quiet artist who also happens to be the twin brother of Nikolai's enemy. I know, cliche. And the thing is that Brandon has never been really attracted to anyone, but suddenly starts getting hit on very aggressively by Nikolai. And that's basically how the story starts. Now let's get into what I think about this book. I think this might be the worst romance book I have ever read. And I am the kind of person that gives 4 and 5-star ratings like candy. This book was all vibes, no plot. This book made me question if I even like reading at all. I almost dreaded every second of it. I listened to the audiobook, and not even the sexy, beautiful voices of the narrators could save this book from its bad writing. It took me 18 days to finish this book, and a lot of people will say it was dumb, and it was. But in my defense, I only listened to it while stuck in traffic, which is the only circumstance in which you would have caught me listening to it. So yeah, I was between heavy sighs, multiple eye rolls, and wanting to put a screwdriver through my ears that I managed to finish it. Now, what did I like about this book? Well, it's an romance where the 2 main characters are men who have hot sex. That's it. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some decent spicy scenes, especially on the second part of the book. Now, other spicy scenes felt unauthentic, very unrealistic, and very heteronormative. Now let's get into what I didn't like. Okay, this book has no plot. The story feels like it goes nowhere. It is entirely character driven, which is fine if what was happening was good or interesting, but it's just characters doing stuff. And then we got characters like Brandon, who is insufferable, completely flat and devoid of any charm. And then there's Nikolai, who is way more interesting, but annoying as fuck. Completely unlikable. And I absolutely don't mind a morally ambiguous character. I just don't like Nikolai. I mean, this man has a name for his penis. I know. And he also calls Brandon his lotus flower, which sounds ridiculous. And the explanation didn't even make sense to me. So while I'm indifferent to one character, I just despise the other. Great recipe here. And the thing about this story is that it can be so easily summarized in this endless cycle of push, pull, fuck, repeat. Because it would always start with Nikolai stalking Brandon. Brandon gets angry, pushes him away, then they fuck, repeat cycle. Also, there's so many unnecessary details and repetitiveness. In the first chapter, Brandon's character says nausea or nauseous 3 times, and it is repeated 36 times on the entire book. Thanks to Carter for the statistics. And then on the second chapter, we got Nikolai talking about his first boner when he was 5 years old. A child. Also, Nikolai's character decides to end almost every sentence when he's talking to Brandon with the word baby, which gets real old real fast. And let's talk about length. This book is 624 pages of absolutely nothing. This story could have easily been told in half that length. And I'm gonna say this, no contemporary romance needs to be over 400 pages. It's completely unnecessary. Then there's the final stretch. Everything starts to happen after 80% of the book. And the final reveal of Brandon and why Brandon behaves like he behaves, it just pissed me off. It just felt so manipulative to throw something like that so late in the game, and considering that what you are putting in is so delicate and sensitive, like child abuse and mental health, it was just so frustrating. At this point, I was done. There's no redeeming this book. I'm sorry. The main problem that I find with this book is that it takes itself too seriously. This book could have been fun if it leaned into camp, but instead it pretends to be deep and intense, and it just makes it worse. This book also needed multiple rounds of edits because it doesn't justify its length. But hey, what do I know? I'm not the author, I'm not the publisher. This is just my opinion. If you love this book, I love that for you. I wish it was me. It wasn't for me. And I would only recommend this book to my worst enemies. So yeah, it is highly not recommended. Don't check it out.